like learning about or developing a swagger and a confidence and using that as a springboard. Can you just talk about how you kind of use that this year to?
Yeah, I think it really just keyed off the couple of losses that we had against USC, UCLA when we were in LA, and I think that I wasn't gonna let my team down like that again. I think I didn't play as well as I should have, and I think that's what really springboarded our whole tournament run. It just not letting my teammates down, and throughout the whole tournament, just wanted to lead by example.
You were obviously a known commodity before the Duke game, but how much did that game sort of put you on the map as far as where you are right now today as a top 3 guy?
I think that before the draft or before that game, they had me like 10 to 15 on NBA prospects. I think that the Duke game and just how good they are, their whole team, and, their whole tradition. And just winning that game really put me over the hump as a top 5 pick, top 3 pick, and just use that game. Even though we did lose to UConn, I think the Duke game was what really set that whole top 3 pick up.
What has been going through your mind the last year, and going from a guy that most people said late first round to jumping all the way up? Is there any point that your mind you're thinking I can't believe it, or the whole time you're saying I knew this would happen?
A little bit of both. I think a lot of people knew my potential, just had to show it. I think that my freshman year, didn't really get to show it a lot because we weren't winning as much. I think a lot of that has to do with winning as a team before all the individual stuff comes, and I think that just going from 16 and 15 at Arizona to 30 and 7 or 30 and 8, that's what really brought the best out of me as an individual.
What's it like emotionally to go from a guy that people are saying could be good to a guy that's saying he's got superstar potential, he's a top 2 or 3 pick?
I think it's great. I think it's humbling just to have people, just to be here. I think is the best part, and it's not really being top 3 pick, but just being in the draft is a blessing. It just humbles me to have teams want me to be one of their future players that they can work off with.
Are you surprised at all? I mean, to find yourself in this position, do you ever look around and think I can't believe this is happening?
Sometimes I do. Just coming from where I came from, just being the underdog basically my whole life. And I think that's what really, just puts me to work harder. And just when you're the underdog the whole time, you just have to try and prove people wrong. I think that's what I've been doing my whole career.
Who are some of the people that helped you the most?
Just my family. Lionel, he's like my brother. He's really helped me a lot throughout this whole process, and just have people like that little tight circle that I have, and just keep me focused and level-headed throughout this whole year is what really. I think that's why I played so well. Didn't have any outside people trying to come in that circle and distract me.
Are there any misconceptions about your game you feel like you need to clear up throughout this process?
I'm not a power forward. I want to clear that up. Small forward that can play the 4. I think there's a big difference between power forward and small forward and a tweener. But I'm a small forward that can play the 4. I'm not going to get away from me being in the post, but if I have a mismatch, I'm going to take. That's what I did this season. I had a lot of mismatches. If I have a slower guy, I'm going to take him outside. Being able to drive past him. If I have a smaller guy on me, I'm going to be able to post him up and be in the post.
How comfortable do you feel shooting the NBA 3-point shot right now?
Really comfortable. At first, I had struggled a little bit, just it's a different ball, NBA ball, and just the distance. But I've been working hard ever since I declared for the draft, and right now, NBA 3 is looking good.
Are there any of the expectations that come with being a potential top 3 pick, like you're very likely to be? Do any of those worry you at all, or is that something that you think about?
I don't think about that at all. I think that if I just keep working as hard as I am right now, everything else will fall in place. Just like the last few years, I've just been working as hard as I can, and everything looks good so far.
A lot of teams seem to view you as a 4. Have you found yourself trying to convince them otherwise, or do you think that's yet to come?
Whoever picks me will find that out. I'm not a 4, I'm a 3. So.
What is it about your skills in that small forward position that makes you certain that's your spot?
I'm just a lot more skilled than most people think I am. I'm not doing any of the drills this combine, but throughout the team workouts, whoever wherever I schedule for the workouts is going to see that.
Do you have any problems working head-to-head with anybody else, or are you looking to just do things individually?
I have no problem working out with anybody, against anybody, or it's just I'm not going to be at the combine. I'm not going to be working out here, but I have no problem facing against anybody.
I think I read where Ludo says that you're Iguodala with a jump shot. One, did you hear that, and what you think of that comparison?
I like that comparison. You know, Lute Olson is a very smart man, and he's seen a lot of basketball players. I think he coached there for 25 years, and just have my name to be up there with Andre Iguodala. I think that's an honor right there. He's a great player, and you know, just to have my name, have Lute Olson just say Iguodala with a jump shot, I think that's just an honor right there.
Do you consider yourself a lockdown defender like he is?
You know, I can be. I think that he's more defensive minded, but you know, he's a great player offensively and defensively.
Do you heard any other NBA player comparisons like that, and if so, what did you think of them?
I've heard Mike Beasley. I've heard just a few names, but I just try and play like myself, man. I don't really want to be like anybody else. I want to be different. I think that's where really why people haven't really chosen anybody who I kind of play like, because I like to just play like myself and just try and get out there and do things I know I can do.
Do you feel like you're the most NBA-ready player in this draft?
I think so, just by my figure, you know, just how I am, like my body type, and you know, being 6'8", 6'9", 245. I think that I am the most NBA-ready guy that can step in and be an immediate impact.
Rookie of the year, is that something that you're thinking about at all?
That's the plan. That's the first step. And not cocky or anything, but that's why I picked the agency I chose, and that's the main focus right now. Is rookie of the year.
A lot of people have Kyrie slotted as the top overall pick, but in the event the Cavs take you, you know the comparisons, especially if you think you're a 3 with LeBron. How do you feel about coming to Cleveland after he leaves and kind of being the heir apparent to him?
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna have to change my college number, but you know, if they have me as a pick, big shoes to fill. You know, they need a player like me if they do choose me as a 1 pick, but I'm not really focused on who's going to pick me right now. I'm just trying to work out as hard as I can to be in the best shape for whenever, you know, if there is a lockout or whatever, for I can be ready as soon as the season starts.
How much does it matter whether you're 1 or 2 to you?
You know, it really doesn't matter too much to me. I think that whoever does, you know, choose me, is making the right choice. And whoever doesn't choose me, I'm just try and get back at them and just, you know why they didn't choose me.
Have you met yet with Minnesota? Do you have anything scheduled here or up there?
I met with Minnesota last night. Just talked for a little bit. That's about it.
Who'd you talk? Who was part of the group? Who'd you talk with?
They had a lot of people in there. So.
Was there a coach in there? Was Kurt Rambis in it?
No.
What did they want to know, Derrick? What did they ask you about?
Just a few things, just about my background, how my character is, personality, stuff like that. Just wanted to know just about me, and wasn't too much about basketball, just the whole, you know, character, personality issues and stuff like that.
Did you ask them anything?
No, I didn't. I haven't asked any questions.
What was the oddest thing they asked you? Anything that surprised you?
They didn't really ask me anything outrageous like that. Just it was either about background or basketball, really.
What teams are you talking to while you're here?
I have a few meetings set up today, but it's just a few teams. I haven't really said the okay or the 100% yet, but I have a few teams lined up.
What's this whole process in this last year or so been for you? You know, last year you were, you know, a good player, but you weren't a guy that people thought was going to be the number 2 pick in the draft. Now you had a great year. You know, all of a sudden you're a top pick in the draft. What's this whole last year, the whole process been like for you?
It's pretty crazy. It's kind of like a movie, you know, coming out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the top 2, 3 pick. It's pretty crazy just to go back from where I came from and just all the hard work I put in. And you know, just like I said, it's all the hard work I put in. And it's just really coming coming to show right now.
When did it become a possibility? When did you think that you could maybe go 1 or 2? When did it become a realization?
I knew I could be good. You know, my freshman year when we played Wisconsin in Maui. But I didn't know I was going to be this good this early. I think that I haven't peaked at my potential. That's a good thing about me in this draft. A lot of people in this draft have kind of already peaked and already at the top of their mountain. And I'm barely hitting the surface.
Well,
How do you see that Minnesota fit potentially? I know you're in the moment, just trying to be in shape and do your thing, but considering it does look like most likely that's where you end up going. You mentioned Beasley too, a guy that you get compared to. How do you feel potentially about that fit?
If I do go there, I can learn a lot from him. I can learn a lot from anybody on the Cavs or on Minnesota. I can learn a lot. That's why I'm here, is to learn and just get better every day. And I think that it's my learning ability and my basketball IQ has really allowed me to be here right now. And just learning from other players that are older than me that have been there and done that. So I just sit back and watch and just take a little bit from each player.
Do you prefer that kind of a beginning for you when you learn from the vets and kind of transition to the league, or would you rather go in somewhere where they put it on your shoulder right away?
I wouldn't mind any of them. I think that's what I did this season, put my whole team on my back and led us to the Elite Eight, 2 points from the Final Four. So I'm ready for either one. It doesn't really matter to me.
Have you ever been to the
Say it again?
Are you the best player in the draft?
Yes, sir. Definitely am.
Why did you choose not to work out this week?
What do you want me to prove? I did that during the season. I was the most efficient player in the nation. Averaged 19 and 8. Shot 58% from 3 or 56. There's nothing really else to prove.
You worry at all about the perception that puts out?
Say it again?
You worry at all about the perception that sometimes puts out? I mean, there's validity in what you're saying, but whether or not some teams might wish you would have just gone through the process.
I know Enes Kanter is doing it, but I don't have any reason. But just not doing it. Just going through it day by day.
Have you ever been to Minnesota?
No, I haven't.
Any desire to?
Can't answer that question.
How do you like cold weather?
I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm from California, but they have some of the best weather in California. But I don't mind going to cold places.
You said you haven't. You said you haven't met with the Cavs. Do you plan on meeting with the Cavs while you're here?
Obviously, I am.
You have something set up with them already?
Yeah, I have something set up with them.
But you said you're not doing any of the drill work here. Any of the drill work or measurements? Are you doing any of that stuff?
I'm doing just the height, weight, all that regular stuff, the agility test I'm going to be doing.
It's kind of a tough spot you're in where you, like you said, you can't maybe help yourself by doing that. Is that kind of the thinking?
I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not scared to do any tests. I'm not, nothing to hide. Just going to get out there and do all the testing as best I can. So throughout my workouts, I've been doing it, testing. I've been doing the tests for today, tomorrow. So I'm not scared to do any tests.